It's National Children's Month this month of November, and one of the first steps in empowering kids is to become the best versions of themselves, and that is ensuring that they are healthy, they're nourished, and ready to take on whatever comes their way. So to tell us more, joining us live is Pediatric gastroenterologist from the Medical City, Doctor Mary Jean Guno. Hello and welcome to New Day, Dr. Guno.
Hi, Doc Freddy, and to our viewers. Good
Now,
morning.
let's start first sa nourishment ng mga bata, especially itong theme natin for this month is more about nourishment and security for that matter. Let's first talk about pagkain ng mga bata.
Okay.
Is it true, kapag bata, they have a free ticket para kainin ang anything they want? Kasi bata pa so they can eat all the saturated fat, all the sugar that they want. Is this okay?
Well, what is considered healthy is really whole foods, a diverse diet. So that like there's rice, there's viand, there's either chicken, fish, there's a vegetable and a fruit in every meal. And milk can come after a meal but not in place of a meal.
So what's healthy for adults, ganun din ang para sa bata. And what's not
Definitely.
healthy for adults also applies for the same thing. Then the question there then is a lot of parents, I'm sure, have their own set of challenges when trying to feed their children healthy food, like what you mentioned. So when it comes to trying to feed their kids healthy food, get them to start early, anong mga sikreto, Doktora?
Okay, only two things will make a child eat: hunger and attention of the parents. So the meal should be spaced actually more or less every 2 to 3 hours with only water in between. And then parents give attention when the child is trying to eat.
Okay, now how about those instances where talagang fried chicken ang gusto ng bata or hindi siya kakain unless na, medyo junk food ang gusto? What are some techniques that you can teach our parents para mabago ang ugali na ganito?
Okay, so parents should set limits on everything. So if fried chicken is the favorite, they can food chain. They can try offering, let's say, fried pork, fried fish, or the chicken can be moved from fried to broiled or with sauce. But they have to keep trying 10 to 15 times, and they shouldn't give up.
Okay, I think you hit the nail there on the head where it takes time.
Yes.
It really takes time to raise a child correct, as you said.
right.
It takes really that parenting endeavor for their child. But it pays off in the end, with a good, healthy diet and good behavior. So let's talk about now naman, since we're talking about what's good to eat. Also, vitamin supplements are good for children, along with certain types of vaccines to keep them healthy. Now, when it comes to these, what are some techniques for the parents to make this more, or I should rather say less challenging for their kids to drink their medicine, drink their vitamins, or hindi matakot sa mga vaccines?
Okay, it's always good to start early, from early infancy. And then the faster it's done, the better. And they make the child understand that there's no option. That, for example, we won't leave the doctor's clinic until you get your shot because it's good for you. So again, it's setting clear limits.
Okay. And siguro wag ilalagay sa utak ng bata na matatakot in order to curtail the behavior. Injectionin ka ng doktor.
Yes,
that's
that's
one
right.
of
That's
the
right,
more
that's
common
right.
things that are difficult. Anyway, so moving on, let's talk about some of the more common ailments ng mga bata. It could be from the gastrointestinal system or in general. Let's siguro name, if you can name the top 3 more common ailments ng mga Filipino children ngayon.
Okay, right now it's more of respiratory infection. So that's respiratory syncytial virus, the flu virus, and there's still COVID even if it's mild. So a lot. Even schools are closing down, going back actually to virtual because of the number of respiratory infections.
So respiratory infections talaga ang number 1, Walang far from the second or third ailments, yun ang pinaka-common ngayon. What should parents do, especially those na nagpapanik? May flu yung anak ko, nahihirapan huminga. What should be their first thing to do, especially for first-time parents?
Okay, so always hydration. So keep offering every hour fluids, and then just they can give paracetamol for the fever. So it's really supportive measures. Just keeping first the child safe and hydrating. Okay.
And of course, we also want to advocate here to start their kids early with good habits. What are some tips that you can give that sort of give that good lifestyle habits when they're young? Because whatever they pick up when they're young, they will carry on until they are adults.
Okay, so keeping a fixed schedule, no, the same time to wake up and sleep, and then fixed meals. So we said human milk in the first 6 months of life, then a diverse diet from 6 months onward. Then there should be time actually for play, and then respect for sleep. They need hours of sleep, and putting a limit actually to screen time so that the hours of sleep and play are not undermined.
I think you bring up a very interesting topic there, screen time. A lot of parents now use that technique, alam mo yun, para kumain yung anak nila or to do something. Merong gadget in front habang kumakain sila. Is this good? Is this okay? What's your view on this?
It really changes the brain connections of the child. So the recommendation now really is, if possible, in the first 2 years of life, zero screen. Because a child learns through his senses, so a human interaction is actually important.
Okay. And with that, thank you so much, Dr. Guno, for all those tips. I'm sure a lot of parents, especially first-time parents, maraming talagang natutunan with you today.
Thank you, Doc Freddy.